You look them in the eye. You shake their hand. You nod politely as they speak. But literally 3 seconds later, a terrifying realization washes over you. You have absolutely no idea what this person's name is. It has vanished, deleted, as if the audio track of your life just skipped a beat. You are still smiling, still holding eye contact, but behind your calm expression, there is a frantic panic. You replay the last 10 seconds in your mind, desperate to find the echo of the sound, but there is nothing there. Just a blank space where their identity should be. If this feels familiar, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. You are not rude. You are not uncaring. And you are not developing some catastrophic memory loss. What just happened in that 3-second window is not a failure of intelligence. It is a sophisticated, albeit inconvenient, mechanism of your brain's ancient operating system. And the reason for this glitch reveals something profound about the very nature of memory, meaning, and the world your mind was actually designed to navigate. To understand why you can remember the complex plot of a movie you saw years ago, but the name Sarah evaporates into thin air, we have to stop looking at memory as a hard drive that randomly malfunctions. We have to start looking at it as a gatekeeper with a very specific and very ancient set of priorities. It begins with a fundamental problem. Your brain runs on meaning. It thrives on connections, context, stories, and emotions. Think of your memory as a vast, intricate spiderweb. When you learn something new, your brain's first instinct is to attach it to an existing thread. The more connections a new piece of information can make, the stronger its place on the web becomes. Now, consider what happens when you meet someone. You learn they're an architect who loves to hike and has a dog named Barnaby. Each of those details is sticky. Architect hooks into your concepts of buildings, design, and math. Hiking connects to mountains, nature, and exercise. These pieces of information have countless threads to grab onto. And then there's their name. Let's say it's David. In and of itself, the word David is an arbitrary, abstract, and utterly meaningless label. It has no descriptive power. It tells you nothing about the person's character or passions. While all the juicy details about his life are busy weaving themselves into the fabric of your memory, the name David is just hovering there, unattached, waiting for the slightest breeze to blow it away. It is surface noise. And your brain, in its ruthless efficiency, is designed to filter out the noise to focus on the signal. This brings us to one of the most powerful concepts in memory psychology, the Baker/Baker paradox. Imagine you're shown a picture of a man and told his last name is Baker. Another group is shown the same picture but told he is a baker. Overwhelmingly, the group that was told his profession is more likely to remember the word baker. Why? It's the same word. The difference is meaning. When you hear he is a baker, your brain explodes with associations. You might picture a white hat, a flour-dusted apron, the smell of fresh bread. Your brain takes that word and anchors it to a rich network of sensory details you already have stored away. It's an archetype. It's a story. But when you hear his name is Baker, your brain has nowhere to go. The name is just a sound. It has no built-in network. It is a node with no threads. And your brain, as we've established, secretly hates these meaningless labels. But it goes deeper. We have to look at what is physically happening inside your head during that introduction. While we once thought that names and descriptive facts were filed in completely separate neural neighborhoods, recent brain imaging is beginning to suggest a more complex, overlapping network. However, the critical distinction in how this data is initially processed remains. The fact that he is a lawyer from Chicago is treated as rich, associative information. The fact that his name is Bill is treated as a standalone, abstract fact. This is why you can have that maddening experience of seeing someone and remembering everything about them. The story they told, the company they work for, the color of their eyes. But the name is a complete void. You're successfully accessing the rich, interconnected file, but you can't find the separate, isolated index card that just has the name Bill written on it. Now, let's add another layer: the chaos of the moment itself. The process of meeting someone new isn't a calm, focused learning environment. It's a high cognitive load event. Think of your conscious mind as a small workbench. It can only hold a few items at once before things start to get crowded and fall off. When you're being introduced, your workbench is under siege. You are processing their face and body language. You are executing a handshake. You are managing a social script, smiling, and preparing what you'll say next. You are monitoring your own state, wondering if you're making a good impression. In the middle of this cognitive hurricane, a single, abstract, meaningless piece of information is spoken: the name. Given the intense competition for limited space, your brain makes a split-second, tactical decision. What is the most important information to focus on? As the work of psychologists like Daniel Kahneman suggests, your brain prioritizes what it deems immediately useful for navigating the situation: the person's tone, their intent, the social context. The name, being the most arbitrary and least connected piece of data, is the first and easiest thing to sacrifice. It doesn't just fade from memory later. In many cases, it never truly gets encoded in the first place. It's jettisoned before it ever has a chance to be stored. This brings us to a transformative insight. Forgetting names is often not a failure of memory at all. It is a failure of attention. You cannot remember what you did not, in a meaningful way, truly hear. And your attention is not a neutral spotlight. It is highly biased. It is guided by interest, motivation, and yes, attraction. Think about it. When you meet someone you find incredibly captivating because they are brilliant or funny, or you feel a powerful connection, your attention naturally sharpens. Your brain flags them as high importance. In these moments, neurochemicals like dopamine and norepinephrine act as a save button for your memory, marking the experience as significant. The name suddenly becomes meaningful because the person has become meaningful to you. Conversely, if you are in a situation where you feel obligated to network, or you're simply not interested, your brain registers this lack of motivation. Why would it devote its precious, limited attentional resources to memorizing the name of someone it is already classified as low priority? It won't. It will go through the social motions, but the attention required for deep encoding will be absent. Forgetting isn't a passive accident. It's the active result of your brain deciding this piece of information wasn't important enough to save. To fully appreciate this, we need to zoom out, way out. Your brain's operating system wasn't designed for a world of cocktail parties and networking events. It was forged over millions of years of survival in small, tight-knit groups of 50 to 150 people. In that world, Survival didn't depend on remembering abstract labels. It depended on recognizing faces. Distinguishing friend from foe was a matter of life and death. Our brains developed highly sophisticated machinery for this, like the fusiform gyrus, a region largely dedicated to facial recognition. That hardware is ancient and powerful. Proper names, by contrast, are a brand new invention in evolutionary terms. We are running new software on ancient hardware, and there are compatibility issues. Forgetting a name isn't a personal failing. It's an evolutionary glitch. You're fighting against millions of years of programming that wired your brain to prioritize faces and stories over abstract sounds. So, now that we understand the problem, let's get to the good part. What you can actually do about it. The solution is not to fight your brain's programming with silly memory tricks. The solution is to work with it. It requires a conscious decision to give that meaningless label the one thing it lacks: connection and meaning. Technique 1. The attention anchor. This addresses the root cause, the failure of attention. The next time someone says their name, "Hi, I'm Jennifer," resist the urge to immediately respond. Instead, for just a beat, stop everything else. Your only job is to listen. Look at the person, make eye contact, and really hear the name. Let the sound of it be the only thing in your consciousness. In your mind, silently repeat it. Jennifer. This brief, intentional pause is an anchor for your attention. It signals to your brain, this is not noise. This is important. Record this. Technique 2. The meaning maker. This is where you solve the baker/baker paradox yourself. You must manually create the connection your brain refuses to make automatically. The instant you hear the name, link it to a weird, vivid image. This works because you are translating a boring left brain audit, the word, into a vibrant right brain archetype. The image. You are speaking the language of your unconscious. You meet Mike. Instantly picture him holding a giant microphone. You meet Brooke. Vividly imagine her jumping into a babbling brook, splashing water everywhere. You meet someone named Warren. Imagine you have a warrant for his arrest. The more bizarre, action-filled, and personal the image, the more it will stand out in your memory. You're giving your brain the hook it so desperately needs. Technique 3. Skillful repetition. Once you've anchored the name and given it meaning, you must strengthen the memory trace. Use the name naturally throughout the initial conversation. This isn't just about being polite. Each time you retrieve and speak the name, you are forcing your brain to access that memory, making the neural pathway stronger. So, Jennifer, what brings you here? That's a really interesting point, Jennifer. And most importantly, use it when you part ways. It was really great talking with you, Jennifer. Technique 4. The retrieval gauntlet. Memory is a two-way street. You have to practice not just encoding, but retrieval. After you've spoken with someone, turn away for a moment and ask yourself, what was their name? Force your brain to pull the data. If you can't, it is perfectly acceptable to turn back and say, "I'm so sorry. I immediately blanked on your name." It is far better to ask again 30 seconds in than 30 minutes in. Then, as you're leaving the event, run on through the people you met. Visualize each face and actively retrieve their name. This retrieval practice is like a final exam for your brain, consolidating the information for the long term. So, the next time you're at a party and a name slips through your fingers, Take a deep breath. Don't spiral into shame or self-criticism. Remember what you've learned. It's not you. It's your brain's ancient wiring. Your mind isn't broken. It's designed for a different world. A world of faces, not names. A world of stories, not labels. But knowledge of this process is power. By deliberately pausing, creating meaning, painting vivid mental pictures, and practicing recall, you can bridge the gap between your brain's ancient programming and the demands of our modern social world. You are not doomed to a lifetime of awkward social encounters. You simply needed the user manual for your own mind. Now you have it. You have the tools to transform a moment of potential embarrassment into an opportunity for genuine connection. It was never about capacity. It was always about connection.